Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Bell. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. So Dalton now. And this is caught by Watkins. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Raiders.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Bell. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Dalton. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
It's our field.
Here's Justin Jackson, second-year man out of Northwestern. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 36-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
57. 57. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
57. Mike, 57.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. And the Raiders have got him. Malik Collins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles. But also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Bell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 56. They're not ready for this, man.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Dalton gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop,
and a big loss here as he's taken down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Single, slot. Hey.
Now Dalton. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Go.
Following the interception, Kaiser. It's brought in by Kevin White. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
That's good for a Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This is Bell. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 45 yards.
First down, Raiders.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To throw here, Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Check, 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 check. 2 by 2. Move.
Snap came and won. Now here's Dalton. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. On here, Brandon McNeil. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Dalton right back on the horse after the pick 6. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go.
And Dalton to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pass incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Dalton. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Let's go, let's go. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Jackson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sheldon Day. Breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Dalton now to pass. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Heavy on the edges. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Go, go. 57's the mic. Mike 57. Swing. Watch the edge. Check 26. Check 26.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
28. I got one. Mike 28. Mike 28. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Hey, number 28, Mike.
On second down, Kaiser again.
Just like that.
He's got White here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Let's go, boys.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the gun, Kaiser. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. On the draw, here's Blue. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Kaiser, third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
On second and 9, Dalton. That's complete. It's Bell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, we got 4. We got 4.
On first and 10, Kaiser. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Cameron Brate in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
You must be dreaming.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Focus, defense, focus.
From the gun, Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and And he'll go down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Anthony Barr has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
31 yards on the punt there. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Kaiser now from the 50. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 40-yard line.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Houston. Justin Jackson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll go again with Bell. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
They don't want it, fellas. They
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at about the 31, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Echo. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Down 6. Go to base. 6, right there. 56. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Here's Jackson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch left. Tight end to the left.
On the carry, it's Jackson. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
On third down, this is Jackson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nelson on the tackle. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. Mike 10, touchdown. Record. Chance. Watch twist. Go.
They'll run. This is Blue. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Alfred Blue. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Finds
rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Bell. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Play action now. Kaiser. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on 1st down. Jackson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. They'll run it with Jackson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
57's the mic.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 3rd down, it's Jackson, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Again, it's Bell. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
You don't want no problems from me.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run for it with Bell. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We own them.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Watch the ball.
On 1st down, Jackson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Hey, check Mike 57.
From the gun, Kaiser. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 14-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down.
Now a handoff, running left is Bell. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll run it with Bell. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Texans, they continue to cruise through this first half of the